Hi, and thank you for watching. On today's show,
we're going to talk to you about Pioneer's brand new AVIC 5100 NEX navigation system.
Stay tuned.
Alright, so we have the 5100 NEX. Let's
Yep.
open it up and see what she comes with, shall we? You're supposed to say we shall.
We shall.
Shall be free. It comes with some paperwork as well as a couple owner's manuals. Couple pieces of paper.
Okay. Manuales de instrucciones.
GPS antenna.
La ventana del GPS.
Because it is a GPS. Bluetooth microphone.
El micrófono.
It comes with one USB extension.
Tiene la extensión del USB.
It comes with one auxiliary extension.
Wow. Y tiene un cable de auxiliar.
Yeah. It comes with the actual owner's manual on a nice CD-ROM. It's not a movie.
El manual de instrucciones viene en este CD.
Power plug.
El cable de corriente.
Man, you're slipping today. Bag of screws.
Y tornillos.
Okay, let's pull it out and take a look at the back. Let's see what she's got. Line it up with those.
Got it.
We've done this before, remember? Alright, so we got a ton of stuff hanging out of the back of this thing, so let's get to it, shall we?
Okay.
Alright, so we have 6-channel 4-volt output. And so how it's broken down is these two right here are the subwoofer. And then over here you have your front. And then you have your rear. So front and rear, white and green. Okay.
Ok, so tenemos 6 salidas de RCA de 4 voltios, obviamente. Es el subwoofer, el canal frontal y el canal de atrás.
Alright. Now we have the power plug here. That's what this guy is. It's a 50 watt by 4 radio.
Ok, so tenemos la entrada del cable principal.
We have the Bluetooth microphone plugs in right here.
La entrada del micrófono.
The Sirius XM plugs in right here.
La entrada del Sirius XM.
This little guy right here is for the iData Link piece.
Esa es la entrada del Maestro Link.
This right here is the auxiliary input.
La entrada del auxiliar.
This guy right here next to it is the wired remote.
Y esa es la entrada para controlar las funciones del volante.
And they are the same size, so pay attention.
Ok, so recuerden que es del mismo tamaño, así que pongan mucha atención.
Okay, over here we have USB 1 and USB 2.
En la parte de aquel lado tenemos el USB 1 y el USB 2.
This is where the GPS antenna goes.
Esa es la entrada del GPS antena.
This guy over here is for the rear audio output. This would be if you want to feed your head unit to an overhead monitor or a set of headrests. This is the audio output for that.
Y esa es la salida de audio.
And this guy right here is the video output for that.
Y tenemos también salida de video.
This is your backup camera.
La entrada de la cámara de reversa.
Now this one here is the mute wire. You might use that if you have OnStar. Alright, so then we got 2 more over here. We have the audio input.
So tenemos la entrada de audio.
And we have video input.
Y tenemos entrada de video.
Now video input here is selectable as either a video input or front-facing camera or camera 2.
Ok, so este puede utilizarse como video, entrada de video o como la cámara de reversa frontal.
Frontal. Yes. Alright, so that's the back of this guy. We're going to spin this sucker around, power it up, and let you guys see the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got it powered up, and the first thing that comes up on all the Pioneers is...
On! No.
Language selection. Yes. This has 5 languages that it's capable of. Do you know what those languages are?
Yes.
You
English.
do? Yes.
Spanish.
Yes.
Portuguese.
Yes.
Chinese.
Yes.
And
I don't know. I'm asking you. All right, so let's take a look at it. We have English, Spanish, Portuguese, French. And down here is Chinese. So we're going to pick English. Now you can always go back and change this. So if you speak another language and you'd like to switch it to that, then it's in the menus. The next thing, which is new this year as far as the user interface, is the smartphone setup. This is important because you're telling the radio what type of phone you have. So if you get it installed and you don't have an iPhone or you're using let's see, you have other, which would be Android, you can go into the smartphone setup and change all this. So for right now, we'll just stick with the default and move on. Alright. Alright, so now we're at our home page here, where everything is, this is going to get you to your nav, this is going to get you to your, this will get you to your nav, this will get you to your sources. So we'll pick radio. We'll go ahead and let that do its thing. Let's talk a little bit about the radio, shall we?
Okay. Talk to me.
Talk to you. Alright, so it is a 6.2-inch WVGA LED backlit with the new clear resistive screens. The screens this year are new, so that's one of the big upgrades from the 6000 to the 6100, is the screens themselves have changed. They're a little bit shinier. Shinier, okay. It has 13 backgrounds, as well as you can make your own. It has the dimmer. It has the adjustable dimmer, so that when you turn on the lights, you can adjust how bright you want it, or how dim you want it, I should say. Adjust it when the lights are on. Key. As well as you can change the colors. So, why don't you go ahead and talk, and I'm going to go ahead and demo the color change.
Alright, so este tiene 6.2 pulgadas. Obviamente este año agregaron una función, bueno, no es una función, simplemente que la pantalla es un poquito más brillante que la pasada. Así que recuerden que tiene el sistema de iluminación que ustedes pueden configurarlo.
Okay. And then themes. So this is where you match it up to your dash. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll rock that one. And we'll exit back out. So we've changed this to green and purple. Right? Alright, so this guy has Bluetooth, and it has both types of Bluetooth. And you say, what do you mean both types?
What do you mean both types?
Exactly. It has Bluetooth hands-free calling, also called wideband speech recognition. And it also has Bluetooth for audio. Now, the nice thing about why they call it wideband speech recognition is that it's one of the better Bluetooths that they make. It sounds, the comparison they give us is tell your customers, if your old Bluetooth sounds like AM, this sounds like FM. So it sounds really nice. Now on the audio side, it gives you the ability to do everything over Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and show you how to set that up real quick. To show you how it works. So go ahead and talk. I'm going to change the settings.
Recuerden que este tiene Bluetooth con una banda mucho más ancha para llamadas y obviamente para la música inalámbrica. Tiene el control de voz para el iPhone y el Android. So ahora sí que vamos a mostrarles cómo funciona un poco.
Okay, so now we've got it set up for Bluetooth audio. So we've changed how everything is done inside the unit. It's not looking for a USB anymore. So you got your phone paired to it. It doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or an Android phone. It's going to work the same. That's what's cool about these types of Bluetooth. They're a little bit smarter than the cheaper radios Bluetooth. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go over here. If you notice, it's got Pandora, it's got Bluetooth audio. Okay, so if we go to Bluetooth audio, alright, it's going to start playing. This allows you to search your phone just like that. Alright. So as you notice, it's searching the iTunes library, and if you had your Android phone, it would be doing the same thing without any cables plugged in. Now if you go back, this is cool, it'll start playing Pandora. Alright, so as you'll see, just like when you plugged it in over USB, Pandora's now on here. And you have full Pandora control. So you can go in here and you can check out your stations. Alright. Now, the one thing everyone always asks, this is pay attention, this is important. Pandora will stream album artwork. Bluetooth audio will not. Don't ask me why, but for some reason these Pioneers will not allow you to do that.
So recuerden que en realidad Pandora te puede enseñar el álbum que tú tienes, pero cuando tú lo conectas al Bluetooth normal no te va a enseñar el álbum. No sabemos por qué, pero en realidad Pioneer así es como trabaja.
Now, if you hit that little icon that you just saw me press, and you put your finger on here, you can shoot right up to your phone book. You can also dial old school. You can check out incoming, outgoing. As well as down here, the little Pac-Man with a nose is going to launch your hands-free service. So in this case, we have an iPhone hooked up to it, so it's going to be Sirius free. If you had an Android phone hooked up to it, it would launch whatever app you're using for that. Call Fernando.
I think we have to.
Calling Fernando Lopez.
So there you go. It's that simple. So now it's going to go ahead and try to call him. We're just going to hit disconnect. Okay, so it's that simple to use the hands-free, to use the Bluetooth audio, to use the Bluetooth music. That's that. Now, what else does this guy have? All right, well, it's obviously got an AM/FM radio.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And along with that AM/FM radio, we'll come here, and we'll go here. Here's your AM/FM radio. If you tap this guy right here, here's all your presets. You can easily just go through FM1, FM2, FM3. No big deal.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so now the other thing that everyone always asks about these is the audio side of things. So before we get to the navigation side of it, let's talk briefly about the audio.
Okay.
So to get to the equalizer, you can either just tap the EQ button right here, and then tap the screen, and then you can do whatever you want there. Or, if you X out, hit the gears, and go to that guy there, that'll take you to the sound settings. Alright, so this has a 13-band graphic equalizer. It has balance and fader.
Ok, eso tenemos el ecualizador, 13 bandas de ecualizador.
It has subwoofer volume control.
Tiene el control del subwoofer.
Gives you the ability to turn off the rear speakers. The reason why it does that is for the if you have kids in the back and they're watching a movie and they don't really want to hear what you're listening to, you can turn it off.
Ok, so obviamente tenemos el control de las bocinas de atrás por si tú quisieras controlarlas.
You have speaker level control for all 6 outputs.
Tenemos también, ahora obviamente, el control de todas las bocinas, cada una, por supuesto.
It has front, rear, and sub crossover.
So, tenemos el crossover del frente y el trasero.
Has listening positioning.
Tenemos el tiempo de alineación.
Has time alignment.
Tenemos el tiempo de alineamiento.
Then it also has the auto EQ setting. Now the auto EQ setup is done through the Bluetooth mic input, so you would have to have the unit out of the dash in order to plug that in. How fun is that? Now, one other thing that's unique to these guys right here, and when I say these guys is because there's one more of these that we're going to get, that's the 6100. But anyways, they both have this little thing right here. You press this, and this comes off. And you tap it back on. Now when it powers back up, it's going to ask you to put in a password. Don't do it. Unless you'll remember it. Because if you forget it, it stinks. Say, do not ask me again next time. Alright, so that takes us back to the main menu. Now the whole reason why you got this, guys, is because it has GPS. So let's go ahead and look at the GPS.
Ok, so recuerda que este tiene una pantallita aquí, esta parte de aquí, que es que tú la puedes quitar, pero si tú la quitas te va a aparecer una pantalla que te dice que tienes que configurar un password. Si tú en realidad no quieres meterte en problemas o no te acuerdas del password, simplemente dile que no te vuelva a preguntar.
Perfect. Alright, so now that we're through that portion, we're going to come up and we're going to look at the navigation. And there again, When you turn on the nav, the first thing it's going to do is ask you the language you speak. Now, there's a little bit more choices when you're into the navigation system. For example, like English India, English UK, English, Espanol, English MX. Okay, so you can see there is quite a few more.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're in the whole world.
Yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so we're going to move it along here. We're going to hit accept. Take a moment to initialize setup your device. Okay, we'll hit next. Now, if you speak English, TTS stands for text to speech. Alright? So if you want it to tell you the name of the street, you want to pick this one here. This top one right here where it says TTS. These
Have
other
a nice trip. Drive carefully.
Thank you.
Thank you. If it doesn't say TTS, all it's going to do is say turn left, turn right. And you could change it. So if the installers didn't do that for you, now over here it says Espanol US TTS. So this will allow the Spanish crowd to have the same thing. So Fernando, French TTS. So you get the idea. If you want turn by turn talking, put it on TTS.
Ok, so recuerden que en realidad la palabra TTS es para que cuando tú vayas en la carretera y quieras saber el tipo de calle para doblar o cuál es la siguiente calle, asegúrate de que esté en TTS.
The next, these are more options that you can set up. We'll just keep going. You can tell it whether you want to change toll roads, ferries. You can turn these things on and off so that it won't route you through things you don't want to go through. So like if you can use a carpool lane, you can turn that on and it'll speed up your trip there. Alright, so we're done. We'll hit finish. And boom, navigation set is all ready to go. Connect a smartphone for extra features. Yeah. Okay, so we'll come over here. New route. Type in an address. So from this point, if you've ever used a navigation system before, this is no different. It will allow you to do the same thing. You type in an address, you type in a zip code. As long as you can follow instructions, you can get where you want to go from there. Places, you know, there again, gas stations, accommodations, restaurants, parking. These are some presets. Saved locations. Tap a little button there. Coordinates. So if you're trying to go off-roading, you can use this. You can type in longitude and latitude. There again, there's nothing real groundbreaking on navigation systems these days. They're pretty much all the same. They get you where you need to go. Now, this one's no different. Okay, you need to talk?
Ok, so recuerden que este es simplemente igual que cualquier otro navegador. Mientras tú puedas seguir instrucciones, te va a llevar a donde tú quieras.
And right now, it just so happens to be in night mode. In day mode, it's reversed. That's going to be white. Okay?
Yep.
So, it will automatically set the clock and where you're at once it pings the satellite, so you don't have to worry about doing any of that stuff. Now, one other feature that the 5100 has that we haven't talked about yet is integration with your cell phone, other than via Bluetooth.
Okay.
All right. Now, the 5100 is unique because it's an AVIC for sure, and it's an NEX, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles as all the other NEX AVIC radios. This one's got a few less things.
Less things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them are that important though. So, but what it does have is this one also will do Apple CarPlay.
Apple CarPlay. Yeah.
Okay, it won't do the other one because they can't. But this will do Apple CarPlay. If you do want to do Apple CarPlay, make sure you use USB 1 input.
Ok, so recuerden que este sí hace el CarPlay, pero recuerden que tienes que utilizar el USB, la entrada del USB número 1.
So just to show you what we got, we'll go with that. Now, we have it set up for Bluetooth, so it's not going to do anything for us yet. So what we want to do is we're going to hit the load button. We're going to come over here. And we made smartphone setup a favorite feature. So we'll go here. We'll switch it back over to USB 1. And then CarPlay will come on. Alright, so now we'll X out of there. And there's our CarPlay. So we'll go boom. And here's our CarPlay. Now how do we get to it? Well, if we're on the home page, which we get to by hitting the little Windows button, it's right here, where it used to say apps. So hit that, and here we go. Alright, so that's CarPlay. It has it. If you need it or you want it, it's got it. If you don't, whatever. So this was the 5100. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll get back to you.
Yep.
You can find us on
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Of course. Have a great night, guys, and look for more videos. We got a whole bunch of them, so if there's something up there, or just look. There's a ton of them. All right, we're out of here. Thanks.